So we've got part five. Is this part five? I think this is part five. the the building that's going to be housing the stationary engines. This is where we're at. It's we've got this whole wall over here is done. And I was talking to you how I was gonna just lay some plywood down just on some dirt. It's kind of a little neckish, a little redneckish there, but it's worked really well on other little sections. It's really just I'm on high ground, the sand, so it drains really easily. And there's no issue with that. High ground on both sides, and so I put a layer down that looks like little pieces like that. There, some of them are little fuller pieces, some are pieces, but that just gives me a layer before the layer, and that is actually plywood that has a green coating on the side of it that came from a housing place that makes manufactured housing. It's green on the bottom side, so I've got that moisture barrier on that wood there, and this doesn't have to last forever and ever and ever. I'm going to do a bigger building that's going to be way different than this, but this will last as long as I'm here. That's all treated wood, and so this is full sheets that I'm laying over this, which actually locks it in really well. So it's not a bad for what I'm just going to put stationary engines all along the wall, maybe a few toolboxes in here to kind of work on stuff, just something. It just doesn't have to be perfect. It's just better than what I had, which was nothing. I've wired it up a little bit. We've got nothing special there. Just we just pulled some 14 wire, and we've got some outlets that are kind of hanging out in some strategic spots. I've got one kind of up here because it's always handy to have one up there. I use some old. You don't laugh. There's no box, but it doesn't matter. We've got our grounds tied in. But this is just some old junk stuff that I had. I just using what I have around here, except for building with some new material that makes it structurally sound. And what I've done is I've got it. This I won't worry about here. I'm just going to use the regular plywood. I think this is what I made these as cubbies. I close these off with so I could little holes for cubbies. You can put spark plugs. You can lose your sockets up there. All kind of stuff. We're going to close this wall in next. That'll probably be tomorrow's project, and then we're going to put two swing out doors. I'm going to split it in the middle, and there's going to be a door that swings out. I'll have it split sort of in the middle right there, and it'll swing out. And I've got the hinges in those bags there. I've got all the necessary wood that I need over there. There's my tower. If anybody's ever seen it, you can't see the antenna. You can kind of see the antenna at the top. But anyways, I do some CB radio, and with a barefoot radio, I just use a good antenna and good coax. And that's where we're at. This is, I think part 5 of and I used a bunch of reclaimed tin. In case you're watching this, you can't see, it's dark on this side, but this is a bunch of tin the roof and everything was done out of some tin off of some really old buildings that were fixing to be demolished. So same thing over there. I saved all this tin off of reclaimed off buildings that are kind of local in the area and been around for a long time. So there you have it, folks. We're moving along. Tomorrow we'll get another little vlog. I'll upload this. Maybe you guys will enjoy to watch it. And thank you very much.